All right, the launch of New World is just around the corner, and I expect this to be one of the largest MMO launches we've had in quite some time. In fact, it's one of the only AAA MMOs to be released in recent memory that's not a port over from a different region. And with this release, there is a lot of talk from my friends and people that I see within the community, the MMO community, talking about the idea that is New World ready? Does it have enough content? Is it going to die after a month? And I don't want this video to be seen as negative, but it is something that I wanted to discuss because I do want to clear the air a little bit, share my thoughts on this because, MMOs really do, in a lot of people's eyes, live or die by the launch. There's constant comparisons when you have a new MMO to other existing MMOs, right? New World is a brand new MMO, and a lot of people will look to compare New World to World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy. I know a lot of people in the Lost Ark community make this comparison. The reality is that those games have been out for quite some time. And oftentimes, people will say when World of Warcraft came out, it was great, it had so much content. The truth is that WoW, for example, when it came out, it didn't really have a ton of content. It just took people a really long time to get through the leveling process. And nowadays, it's not a fault of New World. Nowadays, there's so much information online. There's so many guides and tutorials, which we didn't have back in the day. So people have now figured out how to optimize their time playing the game and rip through the content as fast as possible. So the game, in my opinion, New World and any MMO really will never be ready for launch. It's never going to have enough content. It's never going to come out with zero bugs. There's always going to be something wrong with the game. It needs time, post development time, like every other MMO. I mean, name one MMO, again, outside of World of Warcraft, for example, that really came out and was perfect at the launch. Even Final Fantasy was horrible at launch in a lot of players' eyes, but it improved over time. New World, in my opinion, is going to need a significant amount of time after the launch to really iron out the bugs, release more content, and they have the ability to do that. First of all, Amazon Game Studios definitely has the funding to keep supporting New World post-launch. However, I would like to add that I'm sure that New World in particular and Amazon Game Studios is probably in a significant amount of debt, having to delay the game and rework the game several times, and then on top of that, having to purchase the publishing rights of Lost Ark and having that delayed as well. I'm sure they're not profitable at this point, but they're probably in a better situation than most MMO companies or game studios that are releasing MMOs on a much smaller scale. And on top of that, there's so much potential to expand their weapon system, having new zones in the game, reworking some of their crafting systems, improving the mob AI, adding in more PvE content, really fleshing out their combat system and expanding their talent trees. I mean, the game over time will improve, unlike a lot of other games. MMOs are one of the gaming genres that do get better over time. They do improve over time, like all games, but specifically MMOs add in so much more content, which allows the game to feel even more alive. And I expect New World, again, to have a crazy launch and then continue on to add content as players revisit, because you have to remember that you're only paying $40, right? Like, a lot of people look at MMOs as this crazy investment. I understand it can be a time investment, but as an entertainment investment, $40 isn't really that bad for even 2 weeks of fun. You can go out with your friends and go to a dinner and spend $40, or go to the movies and pay for gas. That whole day can cost you $40 for one day of entertainment. Maybe you spread it out over a weekend, get a weekend of entertainment. In an MMO, you can get 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of solid fun for $40. That's pretty good value. Gaming, in a lot of ways, outside of the initial computer cost, is pretty cheap entertainment. And because the fact that the game doesn't have a subscription fee, New World, unlike a lot of other MMOs, can be one of those games that you enjoy at launch, end up taking a break, waiting for more content to be released, and then hopping back in. I mean, Final Fantasy has a subscription fee, and it has several expansions that players may have to purchase to kind of get caught up with the game at this point. It was a perfect storm with players leaving WoW, the more dominant MMO, and it getting, Final Fantasy that is, a lot of social media attention. Players ended up enjoying the game and all the content it had to offer and all the improvements they had implemented over time. And if you look at New World in this case, I believe that they have the potential to do that. You'll have a crazy launch, and then you'll see a lot of articles coming out, videos coming out about what's wrong with New World, players leaving New Worlds, numbers are declining. This happens with just every MMO, and it happens really with any game post-launch, right? You're gonna have this crazy spike, and then there's going to be a decline, and people will talk about the decline. But as long as the company, in this case Amazon Game Studios, has the funding and the time and the passion to correct these issues and fix the game, I think New World will be one of those MMOs that does stand the test of time. Maybe it won't be the most dominant MMO, but it will be one that players can enjoy for various reasons. Now, my personal experience with New World has kind of been all over the place. When I first played it during the early access, it was really smooth, probably because there wasn't a lot of players in the server, and I had a very, very good time. But I did notice the mob AI wasn't amazing, and it's been like that all the way up until open beta. As of late, I also noticed that there was a lot more technical issues in the open beta. I was one of the unlucky people that had various computer related issues. My game kept crashing. My computer shut off one time. When I went to go ask for help in the zone chat or the general chat, players were saying that I had a Best Buy computer. So I guess I have a Best Buy computer, which kind of sucked. But you know, again, we can chalk that up to I was one of the unlucky people. The sound kept going off. The audio kept like flickering in and out. And there were some technical issues, but I expect that in any new MMO. I do think the combat system, albeit something that a lot of players really enjoy, I do think it's something that could be improved on over time. There's no swimming animation in the game, and I'm not trying to hate on the game at all. I'm just saying that these are the things that I think New World could do better at and could add in or improve on over time to make the game a better product that players would enjoy for $40. Again, not really a bad deal in my mind. And I will give an official review or make a review video probably a week after you're watching this video, after giving it a bit more time following the launch. So again, this is just me sharing my experience playing MMOs for a very, very long time. I'm sure many of you have been through this rodeo before. We're going to see a crazy spike in players and then probably a decline, and then a lot of reviews will come out and people complaining about various issues in the game, but they're most likely going to be comparing the game to other MMOs that have been out for quite some time. And I don't always think that is completely fair, but I just want you to not be taken back by that and have managed expectations going into the game. And I'm very, very excited for all of you that are looking forward to playing the game with all of your friends, and I am excited to make a review on the game whether I like the game or not. I think it'll be a great video. And that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by giving the video a thumbs up or leaving a comment in the comment section below. And if you really, really liked the video, consider subscribing, okay? I mean, I'm tired of lying to my mom, telling her I have 1 million subs on YouTube when I don't even have 100K. It's pretty embarrassing. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.